Longhorns Hate Week versus Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Live at Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium. Everybody stand up. Let's go. Stand up. Let's go. We're going to make a push for the national championship this year. I mean, how many of you guys are feeling good off of that win off the Georgia Bulldogs last year? Show of hands. Despite a 3-loss season, show of hands. Yeah, we're not going to be the same with L.J. Humphreys. Brecklin Hager's gone. Charles Omiyai went to the Texas Longhorns. P.J. Locke III left. Devontae Davis. We lost a lot of guys, okay? If I'm correct, we lost 17 seniors last year. But it's all right because we got a whole new deck of cards this year. Plus, Colin Johnson has made his return for his senior year. So it's apparent that Jadarius Sneed, or whatever his name is, senior safety, has called my Texas Longhorns out and said that they're going to shut us down. That said we were trash. That said we were nothing. The head coach, what's his name, Mr. Schultz, came out and said that Texas is irrelevant and that they only make a big deal when they're winning games. Well, let me tell you something. You guys are coming off your little high horse because you beat Navy last year and Northwestern. How many draft picks you have go to the NFL since you've been in existence since 1901? What, 66? We got 350. All right? 17 alone went to the NFL last year. What the fuck you mean? You know what this kind of reminds me of? This is either going to be an ass whooping or they can come in and punch us in the mouth like Maryland did. Y'all remember the last 2 years? Argumentatively, Maryland set the tone by beating us the first game, and it was hard to rebound after that. We had 2 3-loss seasons, and it was hard for our team to make the playoffs. I don't want Louisiana Tech Bulldogs to do the same to us. Louisiana Tech is located in Ruston, Louisiana, which is roughly about an hour east of Shreveport, Louisiana, North Louisiana. They've had a football program since 1901. They got 0 national championships. That's all you need to know. Since 1964 to 1972, they were awarded 3 national championships, but technically they don't count them as an actual legitimate national championship because back then things were run differently. But if you want to count those 3, you can count those 3, Louisiana Tech, even though on our charts it says you got 0. All right? Darius Sneed is a good safety, I'll give you that. I don't know who the hell you got at quarterback because that's irrelevant. Honestly, to tell you the truth, this is our first matchup. We've never played you guys before. So I'm looking very forward to this game. We got a big game after that against LSU, who is ranked 6th in the AP poll. We are ranked 10th in the AP poll. So if we can start the season off 2-0, you're looking at a top 6. Just getting into the second part of the season, which you're talking about our conference games. Well, no, we got Rice after that. Then you got your conference games. And Rice is also going to be another big game. That's an in-state rivalry game there, folks. Rice and the University of Houston have been trying to get into the Big 12 for years. It hasn't happened. But I can tell you one thing that's going to happen. The Texas Longhorns will make the playoffs this year. What this safety, the senior safety, and all the D-backs from Louisiana Tech Bulldogs have failed to realize, what the head coach has failed to realize, he's been calling us out. Talking about he wants to see what's so special about Texas. Yeah, we may not have L.J. Humphreys, but guess what? Let me name you our 4 biggest threat wide receivers that are going to be returning. At the X receiver position, we're going to have Colin Johnson. At the Z receiver position, we're going to have John Burt. Both of these guys are on their senior years, and both have something to prove, might I add. John Burt is easily a number 3 wide receiver. All right. Then in the slot position, we're going to have Devin Duvernay. And you guys should know, if you watch your tape and study us, you should know who Devin Duvernay is. And then we're going to have Brendan Eagles come back. He's going to be in his sophomore season. He's going to be at the number 4 position. And then we got, a bunch of freshmen after that, like Woolworth and Malcolm and all those other guys. So we're going to have a bunch of freshmen after that. They still got a lot to prove. We got Keontre Ingram at the running back position. He's going to be returning. So we're good on that. As far as, our linebacker position and our safeties and corners, you know, everybody's going to be basically a freshman and sophomore. So we're going to be new on the defensive side of the ball. You know, we're not going to have that Devontae Davis and Junior and you know, James Locke III or whatever. Well, we're not going to have those guys anymore. They're gone. They've already moved on to bigger and better things. But that's not what I'm worried about. I'm not even worried about that. To tell you the truth, Louisiana Tech can come in and punch us right in the mouth. But I'm not anticipating either we're going to whoop their ass or they're going to barely squeeze by us. It's going to be one of those kind of games. I can already sense it coming. And the way that Louisiana Tech is coming in with so much confidence, they already said we're going to be going for a lot of jump balls because, you know, Colin Johnson is standing at 6'6", 6'7", easily. All right, you're going to have John Burt, standing at 6'4" against their corners. So, yeah, it's going to be a basic big game of basketball. You throw that ball up in the air, Colin Johnson can jump up and grab it. The only Achilles heel is against us on the receiver position is the fact we're not going to have a number 2 receiver. But we're basically going to have a bunch of number 3 receiver guys as playing as a number 2. And that's fine. I don't mind. I think Devin DuVernay and John Burke can fill that role just fine. I think they'll be okay. We're going to have Shackelford at the center position. He's going to be returning for his senior year. And I think we'll be okay on the offensive line. I mean, we're going to have a bunch of freshmen and sophomores playing, but that's okay. It's no big deal. This is going to be a whole new squad. Sam Ellinger's coming back. He's a junior. So if he doesn't forego his junior, which I don't highly anticipate unless he puts up some big numbers this year, they said that he's a possible candidate for the Heisman this year. I mean, I would like to see if that's going to happen. You know, if that's possible, hey, let's go with it. But we're going to be going up against the Oklahoma Sooners and racing for this conference yet again. Baylor's coming out of nowhere. We're going to be going up against them. We're going to be going up against Kansas State, who's looking to pull off some big upsets and play spoiler. And tell you the truth, it's the Big 12 conference is going to be wide open, but right now Oklahoma's driving the front seat. They're in position to win the Big 12 again. Hopefully we can sneak in, punch them in the mouth, and maybe this time, you know, we can not only beat them in the regular season and maybe then beat them again in the Big 12 championship this year. I'm looking forward to it. I have big expectations for the Texas Longhorns. All right, we've never played Louisiana Tech before. This is our first time we're playing them this year. First time ever. Think about it. In the whole years of existence, you're talking about over 300 years plus for both schools combined. And yet, we've never danced until today. This is going to be our very first time dancing off in the square circle. And I'm looking very forward to it. Texas Longhorns fans, are you pumped up? Are you excited for Saturday at 7 o'clock on the Longhorn Network? Our first 2 games are at home. We got to set the tempo, and you're goddamn right, I'm going to be at the Rice game on week 3. I will be there at Rice. Rice is literally down the road from my house. So I could literally drive there. I could catch Uber if I want to. I can catch Uber if I want to. So Texas Longhorns fans, what are your expectations? Do you got us to make the playoffs this year? I think if we can win these first 3 games, set the tempo, I think realistically the only way we can miss the playoffs, we can only lose 1 game during the regular season. We have to win the Big 12 championship. That's the only way we're going to get in. Win the Big 12 championship with only 1 loss, I think that'll be good enough to get us in. You know, there's always going to be some sort of upset or something in the making, and, you know, somebody's bound to put us out. You know, there's always going to be that one upset, but, man, hopefully, and look at the rainbow here, people. Look at that rainbow here. Hopefully, this year we could punch our ticket in, because after this season, unless Sam Ellinger returns, it's going to be a clean new slate of guys. All the guys that were on the original Tom Herman roster is going to be gone after this year. So I want Colin Johnson. I want John Burt. I want Shackelford. I want Sam Ellinger and all the seniors. Well, except for Sam Ellinger, not senior, he's a junior. I want all these guys to experience a national championship, to give guys like Panua Ford and Deontay Foreman and Armani Foreman and all these guys that never were able to get to that big game. at least they could look forward and said, you know what? I had teammates that got there and I had teammates that won. Now tell me how that makes you feel. Because I'm excited for college football season. I'm excited for Texas Longhorns football. I'm excited for our shot to win the national championship. We are ranked 10th, goddammit, according to the AP poll. A big win against Louisiana Tech. If we can open up with another win following against the LSU the following week, they come to our house. If we can win these 2 games, I wouldn't be surprised if we're top 5. Easily. A top 5, top 4, who knows? But we got to take our games one at a time. Right now, let's focus on the task at hand, and let's beat Louisiana Tech. So how about it, Texas Longhorns? Pop up! Stand up! Stand up! Everybody stand up right now! And post up and put up your Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em, horns! I'm out! Let's go!